Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am just going to be fully honest with you. I've had a couple of beers and I felt like sitting down and talking about makeup. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I have a fresh 805. You know what? I also opened a coconut not too long ago, so there's still just like remnants everywhere. Today what I need to do is clean out my foundation little box here because I've had stuff in here forever. I don't use a ton of this stuff, so I figured let's just clean out my foundation drawer. Let's talk about what I like, what I would repurchase, what I'm not going to, and have a cocktail or two. So let's go ahead and go. Okay, so first let's talk about what's on my skin right now. This is the Healthy Foundation. This is from Physicians Formula. I love this foundation. This is a very healthy foundation. There's a little bit of like a luminous glow to it. What I love about this is that you can use it in so many different ways. So you can put this on and run out the door. You don't have to set it with a powder because it wears beautifully and it's got such a gorgeous glow to it that even if you set it with a powder, you're still gonna see it, but you don't have to set it with a powder. And I love that. So also, you can use this super full glam. So if you want to put this on and just do a very basic look, you can. If you want to go heavy, go hard, go in with concealer and contour and cream contour and all kinds of powders, you can. It's going to look amazing. This is such a versatile foundation and I love it so much for that. And I'm definitely going to keep this. I will be repurchasing it. The one thing I don't like about it is it does come with one of these giant doe foot applicators. I don't like these. I actually freaking hate them just because I don't think they make sense. For a foundation, you just need to have a pump. You just need to have a pump. So that's like the only downside. But I love this. I have a full review. I'll link it down below. But this is definitely staying. Then I've got the CoverGirl. This is their new True Blend Matte Made. I actually have 3 of these. I'll show you. Where are they? So I actually have 3 of these because what happened was I bought one the second they came out. I bought M30 and here's what happened. Okay, I talked about this. Not many people talk about this. There were certain batches of this that were mixed improperly. So I got one of the bad batches. When I put it on, there was little white dots all over my face. It ended up going away and so I never worried about it. Again, nobody ever talked about it. I kind of just assumed that was part of the foundation. And again, I didn't experience any issues with it. But I was scrolling through Instagram and somebody else made a comment on CoverGirl's picture of this, that they experienced the same thing. I was like, oh my God, me too. Nobody talks about this. What's going on here? They told us to contact CoverGirl and they would take it from there. So they did let me know that the little white dots are completely not harmful. There's nothing wrong with it. It was just a batch that was improperly mixed and they wanted to send me a new foundation. I ended up getting 2 from them. I don't know how that happened. So, and I was like super tan at the time, so I've got 2 M50s. I really like this foundation. It's really weird because it's like a very light to medium coverage foundation. So when you first put it on, you don't think like, oh man, this is full coverage, because it's not. And because it's not full coverage, I never know how I feel about it when I'm using it. I'll put it on, I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll just be like, this does not have enough coverage. This is not what I'm looking for. But if I stick through and I go in with everything else and I finish my face looks beautiful. My skin looks full coverage. It looks flawless. It lasts all day long. I stay nice and matte. So this is just one of those weird foundations that you might not like it at first, but you're gonna get there. It does get good and gets good every single time. So I will be keeping this. I need to really use it up because I've got 3 bottles here. I'm never gonna use all 3. And quite honestly, M50 is probably too dark for me right now. But let's keep it moving. Next, I've got the Kokie Skin Perfect Foundation. I have a review on this. I only used it the one time. There's probably a reason behind that. I'm going to use this again and figure out some more thoughts on it. I don't want to give it up. I don't want to give up on it quite yet, mainly because I don't remember anything about it. So I'm going to continue using it. I know that I freaking love their concealer. Their concealer is the best. I freaking love it. So I'm going to give this one another try. We're keeping that. And then I've got, oh God, I've got this one from Soap and Glory. This is the One Heck of a Blot foundation. Okay, first of all, there are only 4 shades in this. 4. Do they think there are only 4 colored people out there? Like, that's ridiculous. I remember loving the foundation. I thought it looked beautiful. I thought it lasted long. It wore well on my skin. I didn't have any issues with it in those hard to reach areas. And even I would wear this like in the heat of the summer, and I'd be out with my son, and I didn't have any issues with it. My problem with this, and I'm getting rid of it, A, because it's old, but B, because this will only work for me like a month out of the year, because the color selection is just so bad. And it actually oxidized a little bit orange. I remember that about it. It's workable. You know, anytime that a foundation color doesn't work, it ends up working in the end if you use the right powders and concealers. The foundation's not really seen. The color of the foundation is not seen. So you can kind of mess around with the foundation that you get, but I can't like purchase more of these throughout the year because of the terrible color selection. So yeah, I'm gonna give this away, and I won't be repurchasing it. I'm actually not giving it away, I'm throwing it away. Okay, next I've got the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. This is a great foundation. I really love it. I think this is old now. I feel like I've had this for a really long time. This is a good one, but it is the Dewy and Smooth, which is good if you have very dry skin. It depends on the time of year, whether I can use this or not, because most of the time I am more on the oily side, so this will end up not looking so good on me if I wear it past 5 hours. So it kind of just depends on where I'm going, what kind of look I want. I actually do really like the dewy look of foundations recently. I just feel like my skin has been more on the dry side, so I kind of like having that glow, which is why I love this foundation so much. So this is not a bad foundation. I'm going to give it away. I'm going to throw it away because I think it's just really old, but I would repurchase it, and I definitely would recommend it. I know that the Maybelline Fit Me line has a couple other foundation finishes, so if you're looking for a great drugstore foundation, I would recommend looking at Maybelline. I remember I was nervous to use this because I tried a Maybelline foundation a long time ago and it made me break out. This one did not, so I'm like, I'm okay trying more, but unfortunately I'm getting rid of that one because it's old, and yeah. Another foundation I've got here is the Sonia Kashuk. This is the Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation. This is interesting because, I mean, the name says it all. It's a soft focus. It doesn't go matte. It is satin, but it's not like a dewy satin. It's more on the matte satin side. It's like, it's really weird. It's quite an interesting foundation. This is way too gray toned for me, which again, I can make it work in the end. You know, you're gonna mess around with everything on top of your foundation. I remember liking it, but I remember when I tried it, I was on the oilier side and it just did not wear well for me throughout the day. It looked stunning. It looked beautiful. I would totally repurchase this if I could find something way more in my shade. And I actually think that this did not come in a large or a wide shade selection. So that probably is why I've never looked into it again, but I would. So let me see if there's more shades and I'll try it again. This is not a bad foundation. I actually really do like it, but don't go there if you are oily. Okay, then we've got the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. I tried this 2 days in a row. I don't like it. I don't like this at all. It made me look very porous. It's not my right color, but that doesn't even matter. It did not wear well. It sat under my eyes and accentuated my lines terribly. I didn't like the way that my skin looked even after a couple hours. So this is just not for me. That will be going in the garbage. Then we have, ooh, this is a good one. Okay, so this is the Maybelline. This is the Super Stay. This is full coverage. If you like full coverage, you need to get your hands on this. This is a drugstore option for the fullest coverage foundation that you've seen. I love this, but it is heavy, it is thick, and you do feel this on the skin. You just do, but you look flawless, you look fabulous. This lasts all day long, and I think there is a lot of shade range to here, so I totally recommend this. I would definitely tell you to pick it up. I'm gonna hold on to this. I think this is relatively newer. I think that this bottle has not expired, so we're fine. I do want to play around with it a little bit more, especially when it comes to working in it, just because I know it wears well. I want to see how long it wears and if it wears well under stress. Oh my god, this is going nowhere. I love this. This is my favorite foundation of life. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I use this almost every single day. This is going to be and has always been my go-to work makeup. If I don't want to or need to think about my foundation, I just need to look good. I grab this, I'm good to go. Love this. It is the best. That is the Pro Matte. Then from Revlon. So this is the Color Stay Full Cover Foundation. This says it lasts 24 hours, and that is a matte foundation. This is a matte foundation. I love this, but I also hate it, and let me tell you why. The shade range on here is a complete scam. This runs extremely, extremely white and light, and it has a ton of flashback. So whatever color you think you are, you're wrong. Bump it up a lot more shades, and maybe it'll work. The first time I tried this, I tried 220, and then I went to 320, and even 320 was just too, it's a white foundation. There's just like a white cast to it, but this lasts all day long, no matter if you're sweating, if you're in the sun, if you're in the wind, no matter what is going on with the temperature on the outside of your world, your foundation is gonna look freaking fabulous, and it stays absolutely matte the entire time. This probably would last 24 hours because it's just that good. So I highly recommend looking at this, but just keep in mind what I've said about the color range and the fact that it runs very, very white. That is a huge downside to this, and yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I don't even know if this color is gonna work for me anymore because the color range is just so ridiculous. But yeah. Okay, then I've got the Tarte. This is, what are you? This is the Hybrid Gel Foundation. Okay, so I originally did a review on this when it first came out. This is the Double Duty Beauty line, and I did not like it after like an hour. It looks really, really good right away, but it doesn't wear well because it's not like, it's a hybrid. It's not a gel, it's not a liquid, clearly not a powder. It's just a weird foundation. It did not wear well on me at all. I think if you have dry skin, you would freaking love this. But if you have the teeniest, tiniest bit of oil, you can't wear this, and that sucks. I think they actually discontinued this because I remember I bought it for full price the first time, which was like around 30 bucks. I saw it like a year later on sale for like 10 or $12. I wanted to retry it. I did. I don't like it. This is going in the garbage. Not for me. Okay, then I've got two more foundations, and my camera's overheating. Both of these are cushion foundations. I have the Wet n Wild one and the Maybelline Dream Cushion. I don't like the Wet n Wild one. This one has a very strong scent to it. It irritates my eyes. I don't like the way that this wears throughout the day. There's not enough coverage for me. This is just not for me, but the Maybelline Cushion Foundation is great. I love it. It definitely does not keep me matte, and it does not last for a long period of time. And it again, especially depends on the time of year and how my skin is acting. So if I'm more on the oily side, I really can't use this because it won't last more than a couple of hours. But if I'm more dry, this is gorgeous. I would not recommend working in this. I would recommend wearing it if you've got errands to run, or if you're somebody who wears makeup to the gym, just because it has a beautiful way of evening your skin over, making it look nice and flawless and very fresh because it's not matte. It's got a little bit of like a satin dewy finish. But I would not wear this all day long. I'm gonna keep it because I do like it for other things. And before my camera just completely dies on me, that is all of my foundations. I'm getting rid of quite a bit. I'm keeping quite a bit, and I cannot wait to continue trying more foundations. There is so much out there that I want to try. If there's something in particular that you want me to try, leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And hit that bell so you know every time I upload. I've been uploading 5 days a week. I plan to continue doing that until I start work on the 21st. So definitely stay tuned for that. Let me know what else you guys would like to see from me. And until my next video, I will see you then. Bye.